tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
This was not my idea. It was Francesca's.
No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the SNL After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. Guys, we have some sad news and some good news. Sad news is we're missing Roy and Keaton, but the good news is we found some.
Picked us up off the street.
I think capable replacements. Yeah, they were just hanging out on the corner, big dope, dealing money.
Yeah, with Michael, who rides motorcycles.
My name is Danny Hoyt. I'll be your host this evening, but I'm not the only host. I have 3 friends with me. Can you introduce your ratings?
Yeah. I'm Kelly McInerney. Hey.
Hey, Francesca. What's up? I'm Sterling.
What are your street names?
K-Dog.
Hey, dog. Francesca?
Bobby just called me Franklin Dugan Roosevelt
That's
today.
not a street
name. That's a good one. And Sterling?
Stir fry.
Stir fry. I have 0. I was called U-Haul one time. It was the only nickname I ever had in my life because I took a U-Haul to college for all my stuff. I took way too much stuff.
That doesn't everyone?
Only nickname ever? All right.
Roll with it. No pun intended. Roll with it.
Guys, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm a fan of James Franco's humor.
Yeah, me too.
And so I was excited about this. I love Nicki Minaj. She's got an album dropping next week. So
Nicki
I
Minaj.
was very excited about this episode. And I think it lived
And
up to the hype.
it's the second highest rated one this season.
Oh, look at you dropping that. Who is this girl
that.
we pulled off the street with
I saw that on
knowledge?
Twitter.
On the Twitter sphere?
Yeah, right
What was the
behind
first one?
Prince and who hosted that week? Prince and Chris Rock.
Yeah, but let me just say
that
about
was-
Prince. Prince rolled in there with sunglasses with 3 lenses. I was hoping Nicki. Well, she kind of one-upped him with a thong.
I mean,
Okay,
her
Nicki
outfits
looked
were
fabulous.
hot. Yeah.
All right, we'll
I
get
wish
off
I
of that.
could.
Let's start at the top. We're gonna go through this chronological order. So if you're following along, you guys can tweet us, you can call in, you can live chat. We appreciate that. Oh, thanks. Joseph Boza's already calling us out on the live chat.
I love
In a good way,
Joseph
he's kind of-
Boza.
Thanks for watching, guys. We love when you communicate with us, whether it's during the show, after the show. We do this for you guys, so thanks for hanging out with us. Let's start with the cold open. Not the cold open, right? They always do a politics-related thing.
Always. This one was one of my favorites of the season.
Agreed. Why?
Because it was funny, and the past ones haven't been that funny, and even though it was a serious subject, it wasn't about that. It was just about him being silly, not pronouncing things, and interrupting everyone. Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
That was hilarious. Just he was like, "Thank you for your insight," and then I was like, "Wait, I didn't even."
Dubois,
say
excuse me, dubious. My favorite that
What
was
was the other one?
Twatted.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Two-tiered. His Al Sharpton is always on point, and I realize they have to do the political thing to kind of pull in some of that older demographic. But this, for me, I agree with you, Kelly. It bridged the gap of comedy and politics the best of the season so far.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, it was I think it was the best episode so far, in my opinion.
Hey, whoa, she's coming out with the big guns.
But I love anything James Franco does. So she's biased.
I was interested to see how they were going to address everything that's going on because it is still so fresh, especially in New York. So it's only been a few days, but I think they did it really tastefully and not too joking.
I thought that they did the best when it came to Weekend Update.
Right, yeah.
It was serious for a second on Weekend Update, which is weird because it's never serious.
Well, people didn't know if they should laugh or not. It was kind of like when Chris Rock did his stand-up on that episode when he started talking about 9/11, and people were like, is this allowed to be funny yet?
Right.
Yeah. And it's a decade later.
Didn't he do something about the Boston
He did something about the Boston Marathon, and people weren't sure. I think it was a similar situation, but they skirted it. They didn't... they skirted it enough that it was safe, but they also gave a couple jabs. We'll get there.
And Chris Rock's more aggressive, I feel like. They're not. Does that make, he's, with his humor, he's more aggressive. Yeah.
Edgy. So you guys all like the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
And we're halfway through. We're pretty much halfway through the season. Potentially Keenan's last season. So I appreciate anytime Keenan gets to do the live from New York at Saturday night, and he looks like he loves it.
Yeah.
He does. You know what? I can never not look at him though and think of him in the bathtub as
Pierre Escargot.
Yeah.
I saw an article actually recently talking about Kel. Where is Kel now?
Yeah, where is he?
He does stand up sometimes.
He does stand up sometimes, and he said he'd be open to doing a Kenan and Kel reunion, which I think would get huge views among our demographic.
You think it'd be kind of like the Kaylee and I never say. I don't know if I'm pronouncing
Keely and Peele. Key and Peele.
That's
I'm saying what you were saying. Just repeating it. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking.
I think it could be. However, I think
it's hard to compete with that.
Yeah.
But it'd be a different. It'd be more slapstick.
Yeah.
Key and Peele is they cleverly do things. I think it would be more slapstick, stupid stuff like in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Or a guy with too big of pants.
Orange soda, of course.
Orange soda. And Kel says he still loves orange soda in this article. It was like last week.
He's a dude.
I think I retweeted it. So if you look at my Twitter, it's on there. Yeah. So let's go into the cold open. James Franco comes out with a shaved head, which I think surprised people.
Yeah. I was confused.
It was surprising.
Yeah, it looked weird for a second. I was like, what?
Well, I follow him on Instagram, so I like to think I keep, updated.
Did he ever direct message you?
No.
Stop
bring it up.
I tried to send him a picture of him and me because I met him after Of Mice and Men and been like, I said, hey, I'm over 21.
You said that?
And you never responded?
Never responded.
Did he at least read it, open it?
I don't think he did, no.
Well, I love that he brought it up, though.
Yeah.
And has opened.
But he Instagrammed he shaved his head and he put like a fake tattoo a few months back when he was directing. I think he directed a film. I don't know.
I love that you actually went for that though. That's ballsy.
That's awesome.
Why did you meet James Franco? He just happened to be there?
He signed autographs after Of Mice and Men. I went to see it in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same
New
place
Jersey.
he met the other girl that he Instagram
Of Mice and Men the band or Of Mice and Men the
musical?
The musical. Okay.
Not the musical.
It was just bad timing.
It's not a musical. It's a serious.
If it was any other time, he would have messaged you back.
It was right after.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, he likes blondes because she was blonde, and I'm over 21. I'm open to it. He's done everything.
Maybe he just doesn't like you because you're over 21.
Can I do a little test real quick? I want to make sure I can distinguish your guys' voices. I'm going to close my eyes, and I want each of you to say something, and I want to see if I can get it. I just want to know if I can, because I want to know if the viewers can. We might need to space out our talking.
Really?
Well, I just want to make sure. Somebody talk.
I like burritos.
That's Francesca, because I know you like burritos. All right, somebody else talk.
This dude named Michael used to
That's
rap.
Sterling, because I know she can't rap.
And that's the only line I know.
And Kelly's always like, all right, got it.
All right.
Okay, just want to make sure. Let's talk about this because it was a huge deal that Sony got shut down this week.
Yeah.
Shut down in a sense. It wasn't all the way shut down, but hacked enough that some movies that aren't even out yet were released, including movies that haven't been able to be purchased yet, like Fury. It was a big deal. So it was popular in the news, and they took it, I think, and they did really well with it. I think releasing the fake photos. I thought that was funny. It was topical. Yeah. It was funny, and bringing in the idea at the end that his Instagram was hacked. I thought it was really clever.
Yeah. I like that Seth Rogen joined. I love him.
Every time like Seth Rogen's naked, it's always funny.
It's great.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what.
Does that happen often?
Yeah.
Well, kind of. Remember them on the Bound spoof
they did?
video?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
I'm very comfortable with his body.
Okay, ladies, I want to know your opinion. Would you prefer to see Seth Rogen naked or James Franco?
James Franco.
I mean,
do you have to ask me?
Yeah, seriously.
But do we want to laugh Seth Rogen? Do we want to like enjoy what we're seeing? James Franco.
Is James Franco that attractive of a man?
He's pretty cute. But there's a weird thing with his eyes I can't get past.
And he's a genius. Like he does everything. But like I think his email is a lie because he's not as cute as Dave Franco because his younger brother is.
Yeah, Dave Franco is really attractive.
He's really cute. I was just thinking about Seth and his brother in the movie where he's a frat boy and Seth lives next door.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie.
There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot.
Okay.
Good.
Well, there we go.
Let us know what you think of it.
If we throw Dave Franco into the mix, still, who would you rather see naked?
Dave Franco.
I probably have a better chance with Dave than.
I'm gonna go with Nicki Minaj. So, do you think? And I'm just gonna ask this: true or false? Was James Franco high?
He doesn't
people
do
talking
drugs.
about it.
Really?
Yeah, he always adamantly denies never doing drugs.
Yeah, of course, he says that.
He doesn't sleep. That's his problem. Because he does so much stuff.
You really
what
believe
was
he
it
doesn't?
that he hosted?
Yes.
I feel like I've heard the opposite. That him and Seth always do.
No.
What was the award show that he hosted?
The Oscars.
He was at the Oscars with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, but he was definitely high then.
Yeah, he said he was. He came out and said afterwards
No, he
that he was.
didn't.
Yes, he did.
But he seems.
Oh, we have our first heated debate of the night. Can we get like some cool sound effect to mark this? Pew pew. Something.
Yeah, just
I
do
like
it
yours.
yourself.
You can just do it yourself.
Just do it.
Ooh, the live crowd seems to love the debate.
Yeah, I kind of like the gun more.
I was trying to do my high pitch, like the Anthony Crispino from I can't get that high. I lost my. It's been a long day for me. All right, well, let's move on to the next sketch because this is also topical. The Peter Pan Live. What did you guys think of this sketch?
Well, you know what? I didn't see
I didn't see it either. But
I was in San Antonio this weekend.
Yeah, well, everything I read about it, it seemed pretty spot on with what people were tweeting.
Yeah, I watched like 10 minutes and got bored of it.
Really?
So wait, tell me what people were tweeting or like what?
Yeah, fill us in.
People were making fun of Christopher Walken and basically, like they said in the skit, that he was just saying random lines, like wasn't really participating, and the people behind him were carrying all the weight, is what they were saying, doing all the singing and dancing.
So that's why the guys said.
So that's why he said that.
We like to dance and sing. Well, you basically just say lines.
Yeah,
whatever
that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
And then the other thing people were talking about is how they always get a girl to play Peter Pan, and they obviously address that here too.
Yeah.
And a lot of tweets were like they'd still do Allison Williams even though she looked like a boy. That's some of my friends.
I mean, hey.
I'm a fan of Allison Williams.
No, yeah,
I'm a fan of that whole family. Did you guys see Brian, her dad, on Jimmy Fallon? No. When they slow jammed the news and it ended with Brian Williams giving a shout out to his daughter. He said something like, "I'm going to see her fly on Thursday night."
Oh yeah,
it was like a shout out. It was really cool. I just appreciate that family. I think they're talented.
Proud dad,
people.
proud papa.
Proud papa. I think the 80 Bryant always kills. This is, I believe, only the second time she's done this half mosquito, half fly character. Is this correct?
That's hilarious. Tinkerbell.
On my ass.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I think she does that really well. I kind of like that little rebellious side that she has, in which she gets a little bit of like the ghetto rebellion.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite characters she does, and so I think she nails it. I actually thought James Franco's Christopher Walken wasn't bad.
I thought it was pretty good.
He didn't overdo it.
Yeah, commitment, man.
I didn't see the Peter Pan, so I didn't even realize that Christopher Walken was in it. And the first time I saw the skit, I was like, wait, he kind of sounds like Christopher Walken. Then I realized that he was meaning to sound like Christopher Walken, so here we are.
That makes a lot more sense now.
I liked when they kept asking questions. He was like, no. No.
More cowbell.
No. That was good. What would you guys, let's rate it. What would you, thanks. What would you guys rate it?
I would say like...
You have an A+ to an F. F- if you want to get creative.
I would say like a C or D.
One at a time.
C.
Sorry, my bad.
I gave it a B because I laughed a lot at 80
and because James is in it.
Yeah.
I will say that I thought Cecily overacted a little bit. I wasn't a big fan of Cecily.
She always does.
I disagree. And I'll tell you why when we get to the troll sketch. Right. But I thought Cecily overacted. I like the singing of the song. I didn't think the girls thing was necessary. We already know it's Allison Williams. Like, that's what they're playing. I thought that was a little overdone, that part.
I didn't like that one joke about her being like a boy all the time. Like, I'm from Girls. But I love Tinkerbell and, James Franco.
Yeah, Tinkerbell was my favorite.
I liked Cecily. I thought she was funny.
Well, people are chiming in on the chat roll and saying that they feel like Tinkerbell or Tonkerbell saved the sketch.
It did. She totally did.
She was hilarious.
And
I
like
ass.
EDM says he gives it an S. I don't know what the S stands for. And people
That's
are giving
just
it a D+.
all the way down in the alphabet.
Joseph Boza gave it a D+.
I like the super.
And S for super.
Thanks for asking. Wait.
I like the Fern Gully thing too because that was kind of random and funny.
That was cute. Well, I like her popcorn because I want a big popcorn like that.
We need some of that at AfterBuzz.
I gave it a C. It was okay for me. Star Wars. Let's move on to this. I felt like there was so much content out there for them to talk about and make fun of and parody. So I thought this was really good because that was such a big deal. This new trailer for Star Wars is coming out.
Overall, I thought, I don't know, they had a lot of good punches, but the skit overall was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, for me, I was like, womp womp. I didn't really laugh at all.
It took about a minute into it before you realized what they were parodying.
That's how I felt about the trailer, kind of too.
See, I didn't even watch the trailer.
But I love Taron Killam's Han Solo impression. Like, his Harrison Ford was really good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. So you guys rate this Star Wars sketch what?
I would say like a C as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
C-.
I mean, like I said, they had some pretty funny things, like when they were flying and he had his blinker on. Okay, go around, because people do that. I don't know, it's funny.
I thought the most clever thing, and I can't take credit for this because I didn't think of this, but the Luke Skywalker using an actual walker.
Yeah, that was the funniest part.
It was kind of an underplayed joke that I thought was probably the most funny about it. So. Let's move on to the next one because this was, I know we're flying through these, but I want to make sure we have time to talk about the big things that happened later on. Jingle Ballers.
That was really funny.
Best. A++.
Why? What's the first thing you think of when you think of Jingle Ballers?
The Kanye.
The Kanye performance was really great.
See, I liked it. I love sketches like this because I love to see them do impressions, but I feel like there's not much jokes to them. It's just you see who's awesome and who's not. Like, Sashir's Rihanna was not good.
I didn't think
the least
that,
impressive out of the impressions.
Right. And she did the most, you know.
Except for what was the line? About the
She
three?
had some good.
Oh, the three wise men.
Yeah,
Like,
that
she does
was
that
good.
part well.
Yeah, she practiced that.
How was mine?
A lot. That's better.
It's pretty good.
Better than Sashir's.
No, I gotta give it
No,
to her.
not
Her-
quite.
The three wise men come to see the baby Jesus. Like,
But she had some good. She hit some good accents for sure. And then Bieber, man.
Yeah.
Bieber's
Okay.
so-
The Bieber one was on point.
Kate McKinnon's
always
Bieber is
good.
always on point.
Yeah.
I wish she could do that every episode because I'd laugh. It's
It's just the
fantastic.
poses.
When it first came, I thought it was really him at first. I was like, wait, he's on there? I was very confused.
So good.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty good.
Eminem too, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eminem. Yeah, they were. I mean, they were pretty spot on. Most of them.
I thought Nicki Minaj did an okay Beyonce. She sounded like Nicki Minaj.
Well, obviously the
pretending
jokes,
to be
the
Beyonce.
jokes were written for her.
Yeah.
But I thought she committed and did them well. She didn't try to overdo it.
I feel like she didn't try to be Beyonce that much, but then again, it's kind of hard to do a Beyonce impression because she doesn't really have a certain type of voice.
Yeah.
So I kind of this one I liked out of her and the other. What was the other one that she
the
did?
Kim Kardashian
Yeah,
one.
this
Yeah.
one was better because at least she kind of had the tone of Beyonce. Like she knew when to pause and she did the hair.
She did the hair flip, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm okay with it.
Okay, I'll give you that. I thought actually James Franco's Riff Raff was funny, and the thing that I liked about here's why I liked
looks
it.
like him.
Do you guys
What was that movie? He just
Spring Breakers?
Yeah,
and
he
was,
was
what was
like
his
that.
name in the movie?
Alien.
Alien, right? It's like it's like three characters, and they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
But I actually thought that was really funny, and the whole Rick Ross, Eminem, James Franco as Riff Raff bit. I liked that.
Yeah, but the Kanye part stole the show.
Oh, well, Jay
here's-
Farrow nails
Yes.
it.
So
every
here's my
time.
thing. I like Jay Farrow's Kanye impression, but I never liked when they did the Kim Kardashian and Kanye morning show. When they
Oh,
would
right, yeah.
I
like
wasn't
that.
a big fan of that. So I think he's fantastic at impressions, but I wanted to be used properly. This was an example of me. I was most happy that they used it properly. So here's the thing. It was already a funny sketch, but I like, and I talked about this before, I like when they take it to the next level. It has to have somewhere to go. We didn't see that coming with the baby Jesus as Jesus until she said, and she enunciated like Jesus, and then he was like,
Yeah.
It
My
took it to
dad
a
is
level.
God, and I'm God.
And then, so the thing is, it was another level when he popped out. You're like, oh my God, Jesus, like this is funny. And then the rap was actually good.
it was
Yeah.
good.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm a God, my dad's a God, blah, 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 and that's complicated, but that ain't bad. That was funny.
Yeah.
And I thought that the fact that they progressed it to other levels that you didn't see coming was well executed, it was planned, it was written well. That was my favorite sketch of the night. In a while, actually, so I give it an A+.
I gave
A
it
plus.
I gave it a
A+
B
for
minus.
sure.
Yeah.
What?
Just because I didn't think it was written well, but I thought, you know, you saw who was good and who was bad. Yeah, what I said.
what I
Okay.
said.
We're entitled to our own opinions.
Are we on to the next one? Is Mike O'Brien's short? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, and who mentioned this? That Mike O'Brien, we haven't seen a lot of him lately.
Yeah, because he's just a writer now, I
Yeah.
thought.
No, not just a writer. He's still a.
No, he's not featured anymore.
Yeah.
He's not at all.
No. Mm-mm.
So only when he does digital shorts.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. I have to be honest. I fast forwarded through the beginning,
Yeah.
so they took him out of being featured.
This whole season, I don't think he's featured
Yeah, I think
anymore.
this season
I
he's a
thought I
writer.
saw him at one point.
Last
well,
one.
there we go.
think.
But he's still writing flawlessly.
Good thing he picked us up off the street to
I
inform
know.
ya.
Jeez, I gotta
Jesus.
patrol that corner more.
Especially the stir.
What?
Huh?
Huh? Come again?
Burritos?
Anyway, Mike
Grow a
O'Brien.
guy? You a grow a girl? If we had live sound effects and like could actually do that sound effect right
What
off,
color
that'd be
goo
awesome.
would you be?
Ooh,
Turquoise.
Black.
I'd be yellow.
Green.
Okay.
This is awkward.
We got to
Good.
chick.
Tweet us what color
I'm glad
goo you guys would be.
Well, because when one of the girls exploded, hers was purple.
Oh.
But
I didn't even
notice
notice.
that.
Yeah.
I was very intrigued by the goo.
She likes goo. I get it. All right.
I'm glad I know that about you guys.
Yeah.
now.
Good to know.
But I like how you didn't expect everyone else to be a grow-up person.
Yes. Exactly.
It was a little. I keep blanking out on words today. It was
Well,
nice.
it was unexpected, and that's what I was talking about.
Unexpected.
It's a level. It's a place for it to go. Which is what I appreciate. I appreciate. It reminded me a little of when they were showing James Franco in his bedroom of Encino Man.
Yeah.
When he was like learning like human things.
Oh, right,
It reminded me, and he was like trying to bite the beer. It reminded me a little of
Yeah.
Encino Man. But you guys like the sketch?
Yeah,
It was
Did you-
okay.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was James Franco when they were like, "Can you talk?"
Yeah,
and he was
that-
like, "I am." Yeah, and I was like, "Oh crap."
That was my favorite too. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Okay, so what are you guys rating it?
I'm gonna go with a B.
I gave it a C.
People online gave it a C+. Sterling?
I'm gonna go C+.
That's a little low. I felt like it was funny.
I don't know. I thought it was funny, but at the beginning when he's was talking to him like, "Do you not have any friends?" Like blah blah. I actually felt really bad for him.
Did you?
I was like, "This is really depressing." Like I don't.
Taron
know.
Killam plays. I mean, not Taron Killam. Beck Bennett plays a dick really well.
Yeah,
he
does.
He's a very good dick.
I don't know. I just felt.
I don't know if I would ever repeat that ever again if I were you.
Somebody's gonna gif it. It'll be on the internet tomorrow. But I think I'm
gonna do it if they don't.
Beck Bennett's he's a very good dick. Sorry, Mom.
Heard it here first.
All right, let's go to the next sketch, The Troll Bridge. Here's an example, and this is what I referenced earlier. I appreciate Cecily overacting.
Yes.
Because I love this accent. I've never seen this character. I've never even heard this made-up accent, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Throughout.
The
okay.
see you
I
in
don't know.
Thursday.
I like that. I like that part.
The see you in Thursday.
Yeah.
See you in Thursday.
I had a.
I didn't get it till the second time.
Yeah.
She's like, see you in Thursday.
I didn't get it until you guys said it.
No,
I was
you
like,
said it, and I was like, I know.
You didn't know.
No, I did, but I was texting when you did it. But I've already seen it before.
Who were you texting?
I don't remember. I can look if you want me.
All right.
She was Instagram DMing James Franco.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Were you calling me to see you in Thursday?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Nope.
Anyways,
Battle.
Kelly, why weren't you the biggest fan of the sketch?
I don't know. I didn't think it was that funny at first. Like, I towards the end when she kind of got into her boyfriend and stuff, I thought that was funny. But at first you're like, who are they dating, or like what's the point of her? And she was just rambling about, oh no, he doesn't do that. He just kisses. And I just wanted to be like,
It was
who are you?
it was a little obscure. I wanted it to have a little more of a destination for the comedy to go. Besides the fact that they just made out, and that they literally made out twice.
Yeah.
my favorite part is when James Franco says, "Well, it's official. I'm a bisexual now," because there's been so many rumors out there that he's gay and bisexual and all this stuff. So it's funny that he's saying that.
Do you think that was the point of it?
I thought it was because it's like he's in on the joke. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe he just wanted to make out with someone on a bridge.
I was thrown off though when the guy left with the girl. I thought he was gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm actually gay," and because they're not,
and run after him or something.
Yeah,
like that?
and leave.
And maybe Kyle would turn around.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice at the end it cut to a blank scene of a forest? I thought there was going to be another part to it because I was kind of hoping for something else to happen and nothing did. Same as you, I thought maybe there would be a level there where he would decide not to cross the bridge and maybe go live under the bridge with.
And what was with the sparkles when they kissed?
Magic.
That's why I was saying
That's
I
what
thought they were
happens
gonna
when
be
you
like,
are in love with someone and you kiss.
or maybe trolls.
Or maybe they were high when they wrote it. Like I did.
Pineapple Express.
It reminded me of on the Halloween episode when they had the faces in the trees and they went into the. Do you remember this? Mm-hmm. Did you guys see the Halloween episode? It's all right. You're probably on the street. When they were.
We don't have to be on the
before
street.
you picked us up.
But they were going through the forest and there were faces inside of the trees. It kind of reminded me of that. The same thing though. There was a riddle and it didn't all the way compute.
Yeah.
Do not
Kinda.
compute.
All right. Well.
Thank you.
I think that was my second favorite skit of the night, though.
Seriously?
Oh.
All right.
Or second or third. It was up there. It was in the top ones for me.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, the guys making out will always be semi-funny, but it's not as funny as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because they kind of kill it a lot, especially with that family that always makes out with each other.
Yeah, it's
they
kind of
knew
been
what the people like, and they just kind of
right. Or they have
beat it
the
to
last
death.
call sketch at the end where they awkwardly. It's not guys, it's a guy and a girl, but it's where it's always an awkward
And
makeout.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah. So we're on to Nicki Minaj song 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
You guys love Nicki Minaj.
I didn't have the strong opinion of it.
I love that song. Wait, was this only
The bed one.
No, this is a Skylar Grey one. What's the other one?
Who sounds, by the way, like Melissa Etheridge. With the little breathy end note. I said
she
this
does.
when we were watching.
Yeah, she does have.
I
the
do
breathy
it, but
in
I would
there.
sound
Just
nothing
do it.
like
Just do it.
Try it.
I don't remember what's the line from the song. I'll sing it. What's the line that she ends on? I was singing it earlier.
Bed of lies.
Yeah, do you?
Bed of lies.
Whoa.
It's very Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah, it
Bed
is.
of lies.
Yeah.
Lie. I can't. I've been
Sounds
been
just like-
talking
yeah.
all since 6 a.m. this morning on a microphone, so my throat is a little done right now.
It's okay.
But I thought when they opened, it was very pretty. It was a very different side of Skylar Grey that I haven't seen. It wasn't edgy. It wasn't like Eminem Skylar Grey. It was a very respectable.
Yeah, she was very innocent.
Like
back there on the
innocent.
game.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize that it was her at first.
You thought it was Melissa Etheridge, didn't you?
No, I was just really like,
Hair's a
who
little
is
long.
this?
Who is this
Who is
lady?
this new lady?
They pulled her off the street. It's a new thing people are trying. I loved the way Nicki Minaj looked. B, I liked her presence. The way she stood there like, I don't need to move around and do all this. I'm just going to give you what I got. I kind of like that. It was like a subtle smack in the face in a good way. You know what I mean?
I've always liked Nicki Minaj, but it's a recent discovery that I'm kind of obsessed with her.
So did you like her last album?
Yes.
Do you think you'll like this one more?
Yeah, I think I like this
Drops
one. This one
Tuesday.
seems more personal.
What's the name of it again?
Pink
Pinkprint.
print. I was
Which
gonna say
is that
Pink
a little
Panther,
bit?
but
Is that a
that's
little bit of a knockoff of Jay-Z's Blueprint? He had the 1, 2, and 3 in Blueprint.
Maybe.
perhaps.
I
But
liked
she
how
does everything pink. Pink Friday, pink.
Right.
Yeah.
But still.
I liked how kind of
So-
raw it was, though. How she didn't need, like how you said, it was just her, just rapping and rip like that. I like that.
Sterling, I'm going to use your cell phone, demonstrate. I appreciate and kind of like I agree with you when she would rap and she would just kind of like put it down to prove that she was live rapping and wasn't a track.
Yeah.
And that's really what her voice sounds like because she gets flack and people are like, well, she doesn't really sound like that. It's dubbed over. It's multiple voices. She sounds like that. So she would drop it down. At one point, I actually thought she messed up.
That's what, and they vined it, somebody saying that she messed up, but she didn't.
I think that was planned.
Yeah,
she knows what she's doing.
I thought that was planned too.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. Where
I didn't know if it was. I thought maybe
because
because I had to rewind. I thought it was a curse word. It wasn't.
Yeah. Oh.
She just put it down for no reason.
Maybe she
Well,
had
we
emotional.
thought no reason. I think she. Yeah, it could be emotional. It could be.
Yeah, I felt because I mean,
Was that in this first song or the last one?
First one, yeah.
Okay.
both songs I felt were very kind of like touching, like emotional. So I
Yeah.
mean, it works.
I just wanted
Yeah.
Anaconda, though. Just
My
wanted some
Anaconda.
funness.
Well, who was saying that earlier that she's on Anaconda in like every award show?
Yeah, she's done that and the Bang Bang song. I feel like she's overdone
I
it with
don't
those
watch
songs.
award shows. I watch SNL. And I watch
Yeah, but I agree. It has been done a
Google.
little bit, and this builds hype for 2 songs that are newer and less
Yeah.
popular
Yeah.
for next Tuesday. So good for her. Weekend update. I knew that they would tackle this.
Yes.
Especially, and we've talked about this. You guys haven't been there since the beginning, but now that Michael Che is on, they can touch on a little more
Right.
racially sensitive subjects.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And I thought that I was really interested to see how they approach this. I loved the way they tackled it and the angles they took. And I thought they took something that was serious and gave it light in a way that,
It wasn't funny, but it was
Sarcastic.
respectable.
well,
In a way, it was kind of fun. Like how he's like, just get a better jury, and like I liked how Michael Che's like, no, I just keep asking because I can't believe it happened.
Right.
You know?
yeah, that was the best open to a weekend update I've seen in a while. And what I thought this is gonna do a lot for the chemistry of Colin and Michael moving forward because we haven't seen them do a big extended thing like this in a while,
Yeah.
if at all. Have we seen one this extensive?
I don't think so.
We've seen them talk to each other and they'll comment on each other's jokes, but this was actually planned, rehearsed, you could tell. And I thought it showed us chemistry between them. It crossed the racial bridge without making it whites versus blacks. It just brought it up. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
The best line I thought, though, for me, my personal favorite, and I want you guys to all say yours, was the end when he said we should just turn it into negative film. So the blacks are whites and the whites are blacks, and finally some white people go to jail.
Yeah, that was just kind of like, yep.
No white person
There
could
we
say
go.
that. He could say
Right.
it, and it wasn't a racially charged thing. It was clever. It was a little bit of a jab to what's going on, without, I don't know, offending anybody. Didn't offend me.
No.
Offend
Yeah,
you
no.
guys?
No.
No,
I mean, he had about 8 solid jokes in there. What was your guys' favorite?
I don't know. I just liked
And
how
that, with that same story.
Yeah.
I liked how they're like now. He's like, now I want to go to jury duty. Like I used
Yeah,
to
see if
avoid
they
it
accept
because of my
walk-ins.
sick kids who don't exist.
I thought the Staten Island part was pretty funny when he was talking about how they still huddle together on a boat to go to the city.
Yeah,
that was
funny.
probably the funniest part for me. I enjoyed the whole thing. I thought it was tasteful, but I wasn't laughing, like hilarious.
Yeah. Well, you could tell. You could hear the audience too wasn't like out loud laughing. Except one guy. One guy out loud, like way out loud laughed.
Yeah, at a really
I
awkward part.
It was a
Wasn't it? It
little-
was like
It was like a transition.
it was
between
like
two
when they
jokes.
went on the close up on whatever. It was like one awkward laugh.
Yeah.
And
Well, and the big thing, and I saw this written online as well, is that this will really set their hosting apart from other co-hosts that have hosted Weekend Update because they can do this
Yeah.
and nobody else has been able to this level.
Right.
Because this is such a prevalent thing and race is such a prevalent thing in the news. I think it's good for SNL. It's going to take them a step forward, I think, and put them in the forefront of news again in that that niche of the news that they haven't really been in.
Yeah.
So
I keep saying this, but this is my favorite update co-host for a while.
Really?
Well, that's because I didn't like Seth Meyers at all.
wow.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand Seth Meyers. But I've never been excited for Weekend Update since Amy and him. Amy and Seth.
Yeah.
So and Seth was on by himself for 6 years or something.
Oh, it wasn't that long, was
I
it?
think so.
Jeez, I didn't realize it was that long. Amy and Seth was my favorite pairing.
Tina and Amy for the win.
Well, yeah, they're
that's
gold no matter what they do.
yeah.
But I think you gotta have a guy and a girl to be racially fair, and so I think they are missing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways,
Yeah.
so first guess, Anthony Crispino. I would try to do the high pitched note if I could, but I can't get that high.
That probably hurts everyone's
Can you do it,
ears
Kelly?
that's listening.
What is it again?
The high pitched note when he's like,
But I'm pretty sure.
that's pretty good. That's better than all of ours.
I don't know.
Yeah, what was he looking at?
Yeah,
Well, he always gets back and looks to make sure nobody's watching.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And the Bing Crosby joke.
Best joke.
Oh my God.
And he looked there for a
Hilarious.
while.
It's like
right?
Best joke.
He's a rapist.
He's a rapping artist or a rapist.
Or whatever the kids are saying.
I'm not gonna touch that one. Oh, Bing Crosby did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we got Leslie Jones. You guys like Leslie Jones?
That was pretty
Yes,
funny.
I think she's hilarious.
That was funny. A little bit. I like her consistent stabbing at Colin when she calls him her peppermint patty and stuff like that. And I'll
but
put,
let
let
me
Be the chocolate.
let me be the chocolate on your peppermint patty, all this stuff. What? What's that?
I'm just
doing the sound effects.
Oh, can you do the pew 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 pew? There it is. Okay, so the next one, the overly full brain. Well, what are you guys gonna grade Weekend Update? It was one of my favorites in a while already.
B plus.
You've got about Kim as Nikki. By the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Kim as Nikki.
It was basically just Nicki
Nikki as
Minaj
Kim, yeah.
talking about something.
But also,
with boobs in full force. Jeez.
Nassim killed it as Kim, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to.
But I do like that Nikki was in 3 sketches.
Yeah, she tried. I'm
Yeah.
good for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's good. I'd say A- for Weekend Update.
I gave it B-.
Yeah, it was in the A range for me.
B plus.
Oh, best joke of the night. Best written joke I've heard
Girl
on Weekend.
Scouts.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yes, that
you
was
can have them mailed directly to
hilarious.
prison. Whoever wrote that, I want to know who wrote that. If anybody
Probably
finds out,
Colin because he
tweet us.
smiled too much.
I don't know. Michael read it. If Colin writes a joke that much with that much gold behind it, I'm reading it. If I'm Colin, I'm reading
Yeah,
it. I'm
that's
not letting
true.
Michael take the heat.
Yeah.
That was the best line of
Best
the
written
night.
joke I've heard on Weekend Update. In a while
That was the best joke
Girl
on
Scout
the
cookies.
Weekend Update.
That's tweetable. It's under 140 characters. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, we gotta get moving here. Overly full brain. What'd you guys think of the sketch?
Boy,
I thought this one was pretty funny.
Really?
It was because it's seriously true. All the useless crap.
Yeah,
that you have in
why
your
the hell
brain.
do I need to know the word rhombus?
Yeah, I was just
And the Savage Garden
Yeah, I
song.
was like,
yes. And the bye 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 dance. Why? That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I wish they would have brought every character that disappeared out of his brain back in, because Taryn came back twice.
That was his first time in a sketch coming twice.
With 2 different costumes. I
you
noticed
said.
that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Kelly.
Oh.
Sorry.
I really appreciate that, and I wish we could have seen a little more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
And I loved Kate as Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, that was funny. That was
Just
brief
a
but
little
great.
bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It was for 3.5 seconds.
Yeah. And Jay as as 90s Will Smith, always.
I know who seriously people that weren't even around when Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was
Know the
on
song.
know the song.
It comes up in clubs.
Everyone
comes
does
up
it
in
at karaoke, just like
Yeah.
they said. That was seriously what my brain consists of as well.
And the Nicki Minaj thing is just really relevant.
When she
we only
turned,
know that first part.
She's like, I don't know why he watches it so much, and then she turned and
Yeah,
did
that
the
was
butt.
funny.
That's exactly why. I thought
good.
that was funny. I didn't think it was necessary to pull out to him at the end. With his,
I thought that was funny.
Who said that he
Wait.
looks a little bit like a creeper?
Frankie.
I did not say anything mean about
But
anyone.
with Pete Davidson, when he kind of he's
Yeah,
a
he
little
looks
bit of
a
an
little
overactor. I think he's getting better.
I like him, though.
I need you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
Do it.
That's it.
Let me see if I can find this. My friend put my face on Nicki
Yes.
Minaj. Okay, while we're talking, I'm
and
gonna
what-
find
what
it.
the- Yeah.
We
I know what
can.
picture you're
Can you
talking
tweet it?
I'm gonna tweet. Yeah, I'll find it and I'll tweet it after this.
What's
so
your
you guys-
Twitter right now?
XOXOCESCA.
Like XOXO Cheska.
Cheska, but no H. So that's why I never say Cheska because people
We say
always throw-
Seska.
It's Cheska because it's
Yeah, you can say
Italian, but
Seska.
there's no H in it.
Okay. The Kid Mayor recall. What do you guys think of this
The
sketch?
best part is when he breaks in the middle of it.
That is by far the best part.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much.
Because it's so stupid talking about throwing your poo pants in the woods.
And
Yeah.
I think
That's
Franco
very
probably
funny.
wrote a majority of this, I would guess.
I don't think he did. I just thought.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think he just read it.
I think he just read it. That's why he laughed, because he wouldn't. I feel like if he wrote it.
Okay, honest question. I know that they play pranks on each other on SNL all the time. I almost think the reason he laughed was because they threw that line in and didn't tell him. Everything else was rehearsed. And
Maybe.
they added this
That's what
Could be.
Mulaney does to Stefan.
all the time.
Yeah.
Wait,
And that's
what?
why Stefan always is cracking up
Yeah.
because there's always an extra joke. Well, here's why. It was an unnecessary add-on to the joke because he said, when I did it last year. And then he adds the second part. It was an unnecessary add-on to the joke. So I think it was a prank.
Maybe.
I think that's why he
been.
broke.
And it worked.
I mean, we'll never know,
You're
but
so
that's just my
smart.
opinion.
I thought it was silly. Like I liked it. I just like how angry James Franco and just stupid anger.
Hitfix.com said this was the best sketch of the night.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I was totally zoning throughout this skit.
She's looking for the picture.
No, but when we were watching
for that
it, I
sketch.
totally zoned through the skit, so I have no comment. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. Nobody's getting mad at you. After this, you go back to the street, so it's okay.
Y'all never see me
You're
again.
peeking as we speak.
Oh, shoot.
I'm just kidding. Sunseeker Yakets. I love.
I love when they
loved
do the
it.
skit.
Okay, so
This
anytime a show, this is. If you ask me what's your favorite sketch for SNL to end on, it's this sketch.
Awesome.
It
This
always
was my
this sketch.
favorite one of
Really?
that one, I think, though. Just because I love the beginning, getting blasted in the face.
They had a lot of good lines.
There was
for sure.
the tight anus one was funny.
That was so good. I didn't hear that the first time. I heard it when I was watching it with you guys.
yeah,
So
that and the portholes joke.
They were pretty clever.
The foot in the butt thing was even
Seth
funny.
Rogen introducing himself as James Franco. That was probably the funniest part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great. I give the whole. I'm gonna go ahead with the whole. Well, we have one more song, don't we? Before we do this, let's do the last song, the second song by Nicki Minaj in her full thong goodness.
Whoa.
I'm wearing that one
She
day.
looked fabulous.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Stir
wearing
and
that
I are
right
gonna
now.
get matching ones, just different colors, and we're gonna
And
host that
matching
show.
injections.
You won't come in and do a
implants.
guest on SNL with that, will you?
We
You
should.
will? Right there
Yeah.
on the couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Signed and sealed. You heard it here. It's happening.
I just gotta wait till after the holidays, work off those pounds.
In this song, I don't think I had heard all the lyrics, but she gets really revealing in this song.
She
Talk about-
does.
Is it an abortion or is it a miscarriage?
Well, I did an extensive amount of research after I watched it, and in the articles that I read, it said she either had a miscarriage or an abortion. She's never confirmed either, but it was with the guy who was her long-term boyfriend who proposed
Aaron.
about 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Kaya is
brother.
her little brother, and he would be the same age as her kid.
So that's why she was saying he'd be almost
So
16
it's kind
now.
of like, and it's kind of like Kaya's like both.
And she's like, I can see him in...
Yeah, and she's
Okay.
like, I want him to go to college, and
You know what? I appreciate when artists reveal personal stuff like that because you always say relatability equals ratings. And for me, that makes me like Nicki more.
yeah,
And
right.
especially because she's kind of got this fake quality about her, like
Yeah, she
just
was,
her
she was
image
blasted for
and
that.
everything. But this kind of brings her back to like she's
Exactly.
real, she's a
Yeah.
person, to you know.
Absolutely.
And like I said, I liked how it was just her, just stripped, just her
Well, she
rapping
was literally
Yeah.
pretty much stripped.
in both ways.
In
you know?
both ways.
Only is one of
And all
my
the
favorite
portholes.
songs right now.
Oh my
But I like the Drake and Lil Wayne verses better than
Yeah, I
you
wish
should
they would have
make
came
that
out. Was
your-
that's
you
Chris
should make that your
Brown
Twitter
singing the hook,
picture.
right?
I had
No,
it
it's
up for like a month.
I'll think of it in a second.
Trey Songz?
No,
Your
but
boy?
I wish it was.
All right, so overall, I'm going to be honest. I'm giving this whole entire episode an A-. This was in the A range for me. I loved the whole episode. Mm-hmm. Guys?
B plus.
I would say a high B plus.
Yeah, I think I did B+ actually. But yeah, it was my favorite one, I think, of the season so far.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Well, next week
Consistent.
we have Martin Freeman, and it's Charlie XCX. But did you hear the announcer said XXXCX?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear this?
yeah,
It was
I
like a
heard that.
mess up.
Damn Daryl Hammond, get it together.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Can we do predictions real quick?
Predictions.
Yeah, we're gonna predict.
Now,
Okay.
you're after
Hang on, let
Buzz.
me
Even though you
I'm
guys don't know who
looking
Martin
for-
Freeman is.
There's gonna
Yeah, what is-
there's gonna be a Hobbit parody probably.
There's gonna be a Hobbit parody,
He's
and
in
I
the
think
Hobbit.
I think there will be a Fargo parody.
Oh, that'd be actually better.
I
because
just started watching Fargo
Yeah, me too. I forgot. I'm halfway through.
as
now.
Lester Nygaard.
Yeah.
Yes, I think there will be a Fargo parody because the show is fantastic and it's slowly building. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. It's slowly building its acclaim and people are starting to catch on to its fantasticness. So I think this will push that show into the forefront. And obviously Charlie XCX is super huge everywhere with the boom clap song.
Clap.
So she'll do that, but I don't know what other song. You
Will
don't
she?
like the song?
Because Nicki didn't do Anaconda.
Yeah, but Charlie doesn't have.
Yeah, but Nicki Minaj has like a
the same
million
And her
repertoire.
album's gonna be dropping, so of course she has.
Hey.
Maybe they'll do
Charlie,
it.
what's her face, has a lot of songs. Well, she
Not as
is
with as much
featured
money,
on a lot
you
of
know what I mean?
songs, I guess. She could do all of her featured songs.
Francesca.
Yes.
Sterling.
I'll let you guys take the predictions.
Yeah.
Away. I don't really know what to expect.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Oh, anytime.
Yeah.
For
it was
real.
great.
You guys are awesome. This is
much
a sweet
fun.
little. We miss you, Roy and Keaton.
Yeah.
But we found some good backups. You guys stepped up to the plate.
Yes.
Hit home runs in here.
I just posted that Nicki Minaj with my face.
Where
picture.
can we
on Twitter?
find you?
On Twitter,
I got it.
XOXOCESEA. So
Is that Twitter and Instagram?
Twitter and Instagram.
All right. And Kelly, where can we find you?
Holly Weirdo at Twitter and Instagram.
Holly Weirdo. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's a good handle to get, by the way.
They didn't have Kelly McInerney.
Huh? Sterling, where can we find you?
And I'm at Sterling Cates. Sorry, I'm really distracted.
It's a
That
great
is-
picture,
you guys
guys.
need
You
to
gotta
on
find
check
Twitter
it out.
and Instagram.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danny Hoyt, DANNYHOYT. For Kelly, Cheska, Sterling, and Marissa in the back who's hanging out with us. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week on
And
AfterBuzz.
Sean.
And Sean in the back.
Sean?
How
Sean.
dare you?
I'm so sorry, Sean. I love you. Love you too, Mom. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.